appears that we have some ability to leave a decoy in my bed to be tortured all night. And I was out, because it's a 13-hour time difference between here and Mongolia, and the hibernation period just ended. So there's the nines are the worst, the days between the solstice and the solar new year. But now people need to start getting up and moving around and preparing for Lunar New Year in the middle of February. I haven't checked the exact date on that. Anyway, so I was, this is at least the second time I've spoken to my sister. I tried to speak to her at least one time before. And we talked about how she was kind of trapped in her room, surrounded by weird stuff. And we wanted to clean the house so that we could all, we'd all have our own rooms, but we could walk around together. And without all sorts of weird stuff interfering with the interactions. I've called myself Delaware. I like that word because it sounds like beware. And I can't remember if it's Lanai Lenape or Lenape Lanai, but that's what Gramps called his group. And I think that's too specific for our generation. But we each have our own. I'm kind of sitting in a territory, and my sister's sitting in a territory, and then we've got more nomadic people. Everybody with their different work groups and their different specializations. And but anyway, my sister wanted to know what was that deal with the tapes that people wanted to show her a couple years ago at Nadam. And I said, well, you ever get in a situation where there just doesn't seem to be anything else you could do but just go out and pick a fight? And I explained the situation I was in at my previous housing, and that I decided to use the manifestation that was around me as a way to go out and pick a fight with the community. And then in the course of that, they illegally confined me in a hospital. They suggested that I go explore a outpatient program. I met a guy who was sent into my house with video recorders. And she said it was kind of like seeing a picture of her sister petting a dog. But they were like trying to make a really big deal of it. And the guy they sent is still there. They took him under the streets and are telling him he needs to hide there. He will remain there except for when they can move him out without any interference. And she likes to use him as teaching materials for her people. And it's the same with that Arab guy that they've got in jail. He's likely to die there, and she's fine with that. I'm fine with that. I don't know that anybody's going to make too big of a deal of it, but they may sound like they're making a big deal because they will concentrate. They will adopt a persona to interact and try to keep the topics, contained and concentrated and, artificial. And might be another good day to pick a fight. I don't know.